friends. We're starting a new math chapter. Chapter 15, more geometry, and geometry is super fun. So I'm excited. We're going to have fun. And I'm going to read you the story that introduces the new topic, and I hope you like it. Paint by Math. Whoa, that is beautiful! The dark-haired painter nearly dropped his paintbrush in surprise, then looked up at Haley. Gracias, señorita. Haley looked apologetic. Sorry, I startled you, she said, then gestured to the squirrel on her shoulder. This is Horatio, and I'm Haley. What's your name? She asked. Amos, he replied, setting down his paintbrush to shake her hand. What brings you to Watchman Overlook? Haley grinned. I'm visiting 59 national parks in 59 weeks. Crater Lake National Park is number 27 on my list, and while I was here, I wanted to get a good look at the mountain in the middle of the lake. She studied the painter's canvas with interest. This landscape looks so real. How long have you been a painter? Painting has always been one of my hobbies, Amos said. I actually used to be a math teacher, but I enjoyed painting so much that I decided to become a full-time artist. Haley smiled. That's really neat. One of my hobbies is doing math, she said. Do you ever use math in painting? Amos nodded enthusiastically. See, I've discovered that math is often used in art, especially concepts with geometry. Haley raised an eyebrow. You know, I've always been confused about why we study geometry in math class. Isn't it just shapes? Amos picked up his brush again, dipped it in green paint, and continued his work as he spoke. We'll think about it. The shapes are classified by the number of sides and edges and so on, and to tell whether shapes are symmetrical, you have to use measurement to compare the length of the sides, and then if you want to compare the shapes with other shapes, you have to use measurement again to see if they're the same size or not. Haley nodded. That makes sense. So how do you use geometry in your art? She asked. Good question. The most basic way is by identifying the shape of the object I'm painting. I also have to figure out if the thing is symmetrical, like this tree I'm painting. Amos explained, adding a tiny pine tree to his canvas. It might look like both sides are the same, but there are small differences. I had no idea that people needed math to do art, Haley replied. It seems like we use math in everything. Amos looked up from his painting. That is quite true. In fact, I believe that God gave us math to use as a tool to accomplish the work we are given, he said. Haley looked thoughtful. I know that God made us to do work, she said slowly. So I suppose it makes sense that if God gave us math to be able to do our work, then he intended for us to do math. She grinned. I guess life without math would be pretty rough. Amos nodded his head in agreement. Exactly. For example, without geometry, how would we figure out what shape this mountain is? Oh, that's easy, Haley replied. It's a triangle. Well, yes, the painter said, but a triangle is just a flat shape, like you draw on a piece of paper. The mountain is a solid object. Can you tell me what solid figure this mountain is shaped like? A bewildered Haley scratched her head. This is a new one for me. What shape is it? Kind of like this. What shape is this? Do you know?